Think the movie will start with him squishing Jiminy Cricket?
Yeah.
Hi guys, this is the Help Where Nerds podcast.
Help me. So, the Acolyte trailer.
Yeah, it
Thoughts?
looks good.
I enjoyed the trailer. When I saw the one girl have daggers, part of me wanted them to be lightsaber daggers, but sadly not.
Maybe they'll be like the guy from the Star Wars movie no one really liked, Solo.
Yeah.
Where they were normal daggers, but they had the plasma.
Yeah.
I loved that. That was cool.
I know the Chewbacca in it is being played by the guy who took over Chewie.
Oh, you mean the Wookiee?
That's the one, sorry. But yeah.
For a split second, I thought Chewbacca was in this movie, and I was like,
No.
damn, Chewie's old.
It's the young guy who took over
Yeah.
as Chewie, as the Chewbacca, as the Wookiee in it.
Yeah.
I liked the trailer. They said from the beginning it was going to be something different.
Yeah, I mean, Star Wars has been hit and miss for me since Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
There are parts of Rise of Skywalker I like, and there are parts I don't.
Same. I'm the type of person who can find good things in most movies.
It's like me and my cousin were saying the other day, no major Star Wars villain survives.
Oh god, no.
Like, they're all dead by the time like the series finishes, and it really winds me up because there was no reason for Kylo to die.
No.
Like, none. No physical
I mean,
reason.
he's glad he's dead because the kiss at the end was just fucking weird.
It was weird, but it also felt like they were kind of setting for weird romance things.
Yeah, but for me, they were always like more brother-sisterly. I was assuming she'd end up with Finn, who the movies kind of fucked over.
Oh, they definitely fucked Finn over.
But that was the second director. No, JJ tried to fix it in his second film.
I forgot the guy who took over for...
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson, that's it, I think.
It's like Rain, it's like R-I-A-N.
But him anyway, like...
Luke Skywalker himself didn't like him.
He kind of messed with things. I think if they'd have kept in the trajectory that was set up for Force Awakens...
Yeah, but he didn't want to. He wanted to do his own thing.
That's all well and good, but if you come into an established trilogy, you kind of have to stick with it. But if you want to do your own thing, get your own movie.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you call it? Snyder. Zack Snyder. Rebel Moon was originally pitched as a Star Wars movie. And Disney and Star Wars said no. So you know what he did? He took it to Netflix and created a completely different franchise.
Yeah, that's also not a terrible move. It's not a very good one. But it's not terrible.
Some Snyder movies are good, some Snyder movies are bad. But,
Hey, Batman and Superman's good if you watch the DVD 3-hour cut. They took all the good scenes out.
I like Batman v Superman, and it's cliche up until Batman goes, "Why'd you say that name?"
I like them.
I get what they were going for, it's just a bit weird that...
You know what? Up until that point, and it never tricked that both their mothers are called Martha.
No, not for me either.
Yeah.
And in the comics, they're almost identical
Yeah.
as well. And I believe, I don't know if it's been retconned and made into a separate universe now, but at one point it was canon that Thomas Wayne had actually met Jor-El. And when Kal-El was sent to Earth, it was actually Wayne Manor they were aiming for.
That would have been kind of cool.
But the explosion of Krypton knocked Cal's pod off course and he landed in Kansas instead.
I like that. Good segue into the DC.
Yes.
Because obviously we've got the DCU starting to ramp up now.
Yeah, definitely.
James Gunn. I believe in James Gunn.
I believe in James Gunn. I had never really heard of Guardians of the Galaxy till Gunn. So I definitely believe...
I knew of it because I'm a big Marvel geek.
I've read comics and stuff. They weren't really something that was on my radar.
Yeah.
But they weren't something that was on my radar till James Gunn made them cool.
He's doing that again. There's a team after Superman. One of the next movies is called The Authority. I don't know very much about it, but it looks like another one of those teams that are a bit more to the back. He's bringing to the forward. That'd be interesting. But
Yeah.
first up, we've got good old Superman.
Yeah, what do you think to the, I believe it's Kingdom Come S?
I like it. I like that comic, so.
Oh, I like the comic. It's not usually used in
True.
mass media.
Is it me, or does the new Superman look a bit like Henry Cavill?
Oh, it definitely does,
Yeah.
just not as built.
No. Well, he's not yet.
Yeah.
There's very heavy rumours that Henry is just swapping over to Marvel.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be a character that will be on the same aptitude of Chris Hemsworth's Thor. The first one to me that comes to mind is Hercules, who's cast.
Yeah.
I'll admit, a bit miscast, no offence to Brett, the actor. But he's the first one.
I mean, there's other characters. Obviously,
the obvious one for him to play is Captain Britain.
too obvious in my opinion.
It
And
is.
there's the character that was supposed to be played by Glenn from The Walking Dead. I always forget the actor's name.
I do.
Um,
I know what you mean, on Santory.
mm,
Seeing Henry Cavill and blonde wig would be funny.
I mean, we know he can pull off long hair. We've seen him as Geralt of Rivia.
But,
And obviously, with him having to pull out
yeah.
and Henry Cavill being free, who's the most Superman-like character in Marvel?
Yeah, true.
The Century.
But Superman-wise, we've got David Sweet as Superman.
David Cornsweet, yeah.
That's the name. We've got good old Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, which I can see. Nicholas.
Yeah, he did
as
a.
Wayne.
He was on the podcast with Mike Rosenbaum.
Yeah, I love that podcast just because he's my Lex growing up.
Mine too. Smallville
I'd
was
love
the
Smallville.
goat. Without Smallville, there'd be no Arrow, there'd be no Flash, there'd be no Supergirl. You know, that DC universe that was on TV.
I enjoyed that up to a point, and then they kind of.
I enjoyed Arrow up to season 5.
Yeah, it was about 5. 4 was a miss for me. 5 got better. 6 and 7 are meh. And 8's not really a series for me.
No, it's a backdoor pilot for a show that never happened.
Which is kind of sad, because I think she would have done great.
And then Flash, I like up until season 3, which I know is cliche. I think season 4 was a bit meh.
Season 4 dropped off. Once again, it picked up slightly.
In 5.
Yeah, and then 6. And then 7, I think that's when Cisco left.
7 is also the year COVID kicked in.
Yeah.
So you gotta cut it some slack on that regard, but beyond that, the other 2 seasons after 7 were also meh, and they didn't have the COVID restrictions.
We've got Millie Alcock, who's most known from, for me, the Game of Thrones spin-off, House of Dragon.
Yeah.
She's Supergirl.
Yeah, I think it's a very bold move of James Gunn to introduce Supergirl already. Like,
but it is one of the 4 movies he announced.
yeah, I know. I just think it's a very bold move to introduce Supergirl and Superman at the same time at the beginning of a franchise. Like, because this is technically a reboot.
It is, but he said from the beginning that it's not going to be a origin.
Oh, I know that. I'm just saying, technically, as the universe, it's the universe's origin story. It's not Superman's, which, thank God, if I had to watch the Krypton explode for the 800th time, I'd be like, for goodness sake.
But it's not just them 2 heroes. He's also introducing Guy Garner, Green Lantern, played by a good favourite, Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion doesn't strike me as Guy Gardner, really.
I know he does for me. He's perfect for Guy Garner. Look-wise, no. Attitude-wise, yes. Guy Garner is very cocky. Nathan Fillion, cocky. I'm going to butcher this name. Isabel Merced. She's going to be playing Hawkgirl.
Interesting. So it's like a backdoor pilot to the Justice League by the sounds of it as well.
Oh, there's more. We've got an Eddie Gurthicke I apologise. Doubt he's listening, but I apologise. That's bad. Basically, Mr. Terrific, who I'll admit I only know because of Arrow.
See, I know Mr. Terrific because of the Injustice games. He's kind of like...
Yeah. Pretty easy, that, isn't he?
Specifically the cartoon Injustice movie they did,
Yes.
which was nothing like
The comic
or the video game. But Mr. Terrific takes the Flash's spot in the cartoon movie.
Yes.
Because for some reason they decided the Flash was dead in the animated movie, which...
We've got Anthony Corrigan as one. I don't think we've seen live action. Rex Mason Metamorpho.
Metamorpho?
Yeah. I know of him.
I know him again from like cartoons.
Yes. I believe one of the villains in the movie is the engineer. And once again, his brother's in it as Maxwell Lloyd. Which I can't, as much as I like Sean Good, I can't see Maxwell Lloyd.
No. Maxwell Lord isn't something that pops to my mind when I think of the guy that played Yondu's replacement in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah, after Superman, we got the Authority.
Another unwell-known team, like Guardians of the Galaxy was at the time of its release.
Like I said, Supergirl. Swamp Thing.
Hope it's better than the Prime series.
Same. That one's got me interested because DC-wise, I'm a massive fan of Constantine. I love Matt Ryan from the series. I love Keanu Reeves. His movie wasn't a Constantine movie.
You mean Constantine?
That pisses me off. I cosplay as Constantine all the time. I love him. And then, of course, DC, we're going to have it. It's another Batman.
Yeah, but it's Brave and the Bold, I believe.
Yeah. It's going to be him teaching his son.
Yeah.
Every rumour, I think it's more of a fan rumour, Jensen Ackles.
Yeah,
I'm for it.
This is a fan cast.
I'm for it.
I am for that. He played it in the animated universe, and the fan cast comes from a statement Gunn made about animated actors portraying the same character in animation and live action.
No offence to him, but I'm more intrigued to who they're going to cast as live action Damien. That kid's going to have some fun.
Yeah, I like Damien.
And I've heard rumblings of a Teen Titan movie as well.
Yeah, that's rumoured to have been like put on the slate.
That's the movies. I think Swamp Thing is going to be more of...
A backdoor to Justice League Dark?
Possibly. My brain was going more, he's going to be like the Hulk of the universe. Then we've got his shows, like you said. Anyone in the animated shows are going to be...
transversed over. I know Peacemaker Season 2 takes place in Gunn's new DC. However, Peacemaker Season 1 doesn't.
No. But John Cena is one of the 3 cast members he announced that's definitely staying. You had him, the lady playing Amanda Waller, which I agree, she was fabulous. And then, I'm not going to attempt to pronounce his name, but it's a kid from Cobra Kai who played the Blue Beetle. He's staying as well, which I'm excited for. It wasn't one of DC's best movies, but he was really good in it.
See, I think DC's had some really good movies and some really bad movies.
Yeah, but I think James Gunn's got it in him to be the Kevin Feige of the DC universe.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, James Gunn's not the only lead for DC.
No,
is it Peter Safran?
Yeah. I think everybody forgets about it because of James Gunn.
That's why I mentioned it. I don't want him to be left out. Like, he is still ahead of DC as well.
Yeah.
But everyone does compare Gunn as the Feige.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You've also got what James Gunn is calling the Elseworld. So it's movies that happen outside of his universe.
Yeah, so
like
you've got...
The Batman.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed the movie. I'm looking forward to number 2.
I hope the villains is as grounded as the first one.
Same. For what I've heard, Hush is one of the main villains. Which
I enjoy that. I like that as an idea.
Because could even have Robert Pattinson as him as well.
Especially because he makes his face look like Bruce Wayne.
I'd have one actor playing before and then just have Pattinson play afterwards. I'm not normally a big fan of Patterson, but I enjoyed him in that. I'd like a touch more Bruce Wayne.
I saw a meme the other day on that topic that made me laugh. It was about Robert Pattinson being the shittest vampire ever. It took 15 years for him to turn into a bat.
Yes. And then you've got, I would call a very quick Joker movie, because it's got nothing to do with the Joker in my eyes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm aware on your thoughts on
Yeah, but let's leave that for now.
Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. But I am looking forward to Lady Gaga's interpretation of Harley
Yes,
Quinn.
because my other half's not looking forward to it, because Margot Robbie did it so well. But if anyone else is going to play that role well, it's got to be Lady Gaga.
It's the queen of weird.
Yeah.
Like,
on the note of Margot Robbie, though, she wasn't announced to be one of whom was staying. But for me, if James Gunn doesn't keep her, it is a very stupid move.
yeah, it would be. And
She enjoys playing it. She's a fan favourite.
And also, that brings me to a point I was going to make about someone who wants to play a specific character. I would love to see Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn play a cross from Karen Gillan as Poison Ivy.
Yeah, she announced earlier that she'd love to play Poison Ivy. I see it.
I see it, especially if you watch the beginning of the Matt Smith series of Doctor Who.
Yes.
Like, watching that beginning half of that series. She's super flirty in that part.
Oh, God, yeah.
Which makes it kind of weird a bit later when she becomes his mother-in-law, but...
Yeah. I can see her doing well. And as we've said, James Gunn likes to cast same people.
Yeah.
And obviously she's Nebula.
Yeah.
That will all depend on if she's still contracted as Nebula and if she wants to do more Nebula. Because as much as I like Marvel, I don't think Disney are going to let her do it if she's still contracted.
I have a feeling, though, the way that Nebula's story ends at the end of the Last Gun movie, she's not really necessary for any future Guardians of the Galaxy plans.
True, but I'd keep one of her while over. The DCU TV universe, animated Creature Commandos.
Yeah, which I'm looking forward to a bit.
I am looking forward to it.
I like being introduced to new stuff. I don't really know who they are.
I don't know much apart from you got that Frankenstein, you got Frankenstein's wife, you got a guy who was made of fire, you got a tin soldier, a weasel. Yeah. But then again, Sean Gunn is playing the weasel again, and he's voicing the robot.
Mm-hmm.
So
which is weird because he's also Maxwell Lord.
Yes.
And they already established that people would cross over. I mean, CG work.
They're both going to be CGI work, but still.
It's. I don't want to get into dark stuff because, like, that's not what we're about. But it does feel a bit like that's 3 roles.
Yeah.
2 that could have gone to someone else.
Yeah.
It does start to touch on nepotism. Yeah. But at the same time, if your brother is James Gunn...
Why not go for every role possible?
Why wouldn't you? Like, if my older sister was a massive Hollywood producer and she was doing, like, Marvel movies or DC movies or even Image comic movies, right? And she didn't cast me, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
And we all know that we'd all be pissed.
Yeah.
If we had a sibling. Even if we're the shittest actor on the planet. If your sister or brother or auntie or uncle are running a universe...
You're going to want something.
You're going to want to play a character.
And the more known ones in there, Alan Tudyk as Dr. Facilius. I believe he's made out like fire. You got David Harbour, who people know from Stranger Things, and of course Scarlett Johansson's adopted father in the Black Widow movie. He's playing Frankenstein, so probably CGI work. And then Frank Grillo, who was Crossbones, I believe the character's called in Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
and 5 seconds worth of Civil War, which that was a big letdown for Crossbone fans.
and
He,
technically he does get a slight redemption because he is in Endgame.
yes. I think he said he did that for his kid or something, or his nephew. But he's playing Rick Flag Senior.
I can see that.
I can see that because on the pictures he's a bearded man. But this is the picture you've got. That one there's Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
And that's Rick Flag.
Yeah. It looks good. I will post the image to our Instagram, so shameless plug to the Instagram.
Yeah. Then you've got a Waller series.
Yeah. If we're gonna do that, please don't make it as rubbish as Secret Invasion.
Yes.
Because I was really looking for a Nick Fury led program, like really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think the writing let it down more than anything.
And then it was terrible. Like, you set up that Nick Fury had married a Skrull.
Which I liked.
You missed the most obvious thing. Make him his son.
Yeah. Or at least adopted son.
They missed
yeah.
that. They should have done that.
I don't know if the Waller series will be animated, but I know she is going to be in the Creature Commando series. But next up, what I'm sort of looking forward to, Booster Gold.
Yeah, now that is one of the more wackier characters to introduce.
Yeah, he's like an Ant-Man. He doesn't shrink at all, but the attitude out of him is a lot more Paul Rudd, Ant-Man kind of feel to it, I think.
It gives me Deadpool if Deadpool was PG.
Yes.
Um,
It's going to be interesting to see who get asked.
I know.
Because it's the type of role I'd probably have given to Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, I'm probably going off tangent again, but that brings me back to Legends of Tomorrow and how disappointed I was
Yes,
with how that ended.
That ending annoys me. I try not to think about it. But Donald is what I think of when I'm thinking of Booster Gold. He's got that attitude about him. Apart from he's not blonde.
Booster Gold in the Legends of Tomorrow series would have been a great add-on for the next series. He's unfortunately got cancelled. Why do you always cancel good stuff? You could have cancelled Arrow after season 5 or Flash after season 3, but now you cancel Legends of Tomorrow when it was getting good.
Again.
Again.
Then we got the Lantern.
Yeah.
Which could have Nathan Fillion in again.
It's got to, hasn't it? Like, he's the first Green Lantern you're introducing. You're going to have to show Guy Gardner.
You're probably going to have Hal.
The most bland Green Lantern.
For me, that's John Stewart. There's no point to John Stewart's character. He's basically just the number 2 for Hal Jordan. I've never been a fan of John Stewart. The character is bland. Hal Jordan has a story. Kyle Rayner has a story. He's the last. Hal's the first human. But Guy and John are basically just the backups to Hal.
Guy has personality, though.
Yeah.
And the Justice League animation made John Stewart cool.
Well, yeah, the John Stewart movie we had a couple of years ago was good. But that's because they nicked his storyline from Kyle Rayner.
And not just Kyle Rayner, but they also nicked some stuff from Hal and Guy.
Yeah.
They amalgamed the three.
Don't get me wrong, I'm looking forward to whoever plays him. But for me, I'd probably just get rid of Hal and have John as the Hal character.
Again, massive missed opportunity for the Arrowverse, because that was something we were all
John Diggle
calling for from the beginning, especially once his name was revealed to be John Diggle Stewart.
Yeah. And then we've got Paradise Lost, which is a Wonder Woman series.
I'm hoping it doesn't focus on Diana, though.
By the looks of it on the reader, it's her mother. I'd have her be a kid in it.
I wouldn't mind seeing Wonder Girl, what's her name? Diana Troy or something like that.
Yes, or I'll have her as an adult trying to leave and have Donna more as a child.
Donna Troy, that's it. I like that because I like the idea. Like, I don't know if they're gonna do this, but I like the idea that this series is set after Woman Fucked Off to America.
Yes, that'd be nice. Would he cast as well?
I wouldn't show Diana. I'd have it mentioned. Then you can leave it open ended to what she looks like.
I'm a little sad about Gal. I liked Gal.
Gal
Don't get
Gadot
me
was
wrong.
a good Wonder Woman.
Don't get me wrong, the second movie is a bit meh. Which is a shame because for what she was giving, Kristen Wiig did a good job. Surprisingly to me, because I only know Kristen Wiig as a comedy actor.
I think
To see her in a serious role was nice to see.
Wonder Woman 1984, while bad, isn't the worst thing that came out of DC.
No, but like I said, I love movies. I love to work in movies and TV. And it's very hard for me to call a movie shit.
Yeah. You only have two.
Yeah, I can't remember what one is. One's controversial because people like it, like the Blue Alien Avatar.
And you said Madam Web.
That's the other Madam Web. Which I tried to find something good in it. But even for what we've seen, all the actresses hated doing it.
I'm just going to say I haven't seen the movie yet because of the backlash. But it's very telling to me that the only advertisement I've seen for it is a Tresemme advert.
Yeah, it's...
Like, if the only way that you're advertising your movie is through hair products...
I don't know if...
You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. For me, I don't know if it's her type of acting or she just hated doing the movie. But
I think...
to go to Johnson all the way through the movie didn't feel like she wanted to be there.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to be used by Sony again because she shat on the movie all the way through the press tour.
I don't blame her.
I don't, but like I said, I haven't seen the movie. I'm only
the
going
three
off
actresses,
your reaction to the movie.
The three actresses, the blonde girl has still got Euphoria with Zendaya.
Yeah.
And she's got a couple of horror movies coming out this year, I believe. And one of the other actresses is the girl from who's playing Hot Girl. So she's bounced back pretty quickly.
I mean, because you brought up horror, it brings me to something that I was going to ask you about.
Obviously,
What?
Pooh first.
Yeah, but I was going to ask you about the Pooniverse. What do you think of that?
I cannot wait. Growing up as a little wee yad, I can't believe I said it like that, but when I was a lad, I loved Pooh Bear. I watched the first Pooh Bear horror movie just for a laugh. And it is one of those terrible B movies, which is kind of good just because it's bad.
One of those movies where it's that shit is good.
But I enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to the second one. I'm looking forward to the Peter Pan movie. Because
Pinocchio.
to me, Peter Pan's always been the villain.
Peter Pan is the villain. Anyone that thinks Peter Pan's a good guy, reread the book.
Like you said, Pinocchio, which is going to be interesting.
He's got no strings.
I can see strings being put on Geppetto. That'd make a fun, cool murder scene. And then Bambi, which has to be Bambi getting revenge for her mother. Which takes me back to the Dwayne Johnson's SNL skit.
I'm just wondering, right, with the Pinocchio thing, do you think the movie will start with him squishing Jiminy Cricket?
Yeah.
Because always let your conscience be your guide, but if you're a serial killer...
Death. And people said they think Tinkerbell's on the poster, which is going to be fun.
Yeah, because there's supposed to be a Avengers level movie.
Yeah, come in.
Pooniverse Monsters Unite, and Tinkerbell's slated to be like a main player in that.
Which is going to be fun. I'm going to watch it. It's definitely probably going to be on the B-movie sector. I know Pooh 2 has been given a bit more money.
If Blockbuster still existed,
it's a Blockbuster movie.
it would have sat in the Blockbuster recommendation section.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've got no high hopes. It's never going to be a big movie. But it's going to be one of those low-key, fun...
It's going to be one of those movies that when we're in our 50s and looking back, we're going to be like, this thing's a classic.
And that's it.
I think we're all caught up for this week. So, This is Ethan,
Rob.
signing off.